Everyone, and thanks so much for taking the time to join me today. So before I dive in, I'll just provide you my contact details. So in case you have any questions about Vancouver after this webinar, in the future, or need any help planning an itinerary, these are my details, and I will also share this slide at the end. Just to note that I'll also be sending a follow-up email with a PDF document, which will summarize the products mentioned, so you don't need to necessarily take notes. You'll get a summary sheet. So today's webinar will focus on what Vancouver has to offer to your clients during the winter season. So these will include top attractions, sightseeing activities, a bit of outdoor adventure, and then a few seasonal events. And then good to note that many of these activities are also available year-round. So if you aren't familiar with the city, Vancouver is in close proximity to the mountains, ocean, and forest, and full of outdoor activities. So the city really offers locals and visitors a true outdoor lifestyle. And downtown Vancouver is a very walkable area and pedestrian friendly. So cars generally aren't needed downtown. Vancouver is quite a compact city overall, which makes it really easy to explore for most travelers. So it's only about a 30 to 45-minute walk across the downtown core, just depending on how leisurely your clients want to take it. Vancouver also has some of the mildest temperatures in Canada. So the average temperature is about 8 degrees Celsius during the winter. This allows locals and visitors really to enjoy outdoor activities in the city, as it rarely snows in the city of Vancouver itself. Most of the snow we receive is going to be on the local North Shore mountains and then in some of the eastern suburb communities. So a great starting point to get to know the city is on a hop-on, hop-off tour. West Coast Sightseeing operates on two different routes. They have their park route, which would include Stanley Park, and it takes about 2 hours. And then their city route, which is 1.5 hours. And these are the full durations of the routes if you weren't stopping. So visitors can select a dual pass to include both loops, or they can choose from one or the other. Each pass is valid for a 24-hour time period. And then the buses have GPS, so you can actually see where each bus is located if you look at their website. The buses will come every about 40 minutes during the winter season that will be more frequent in the summer at about every 20 minutes. So if your customers are looking for a guided tour, Landseed Tours and Adventures provides half-day and full-day sightseeing excursions. They provide hotel pickup and drop-off. Their tours are fully narrated and inclusive of multiple stops with some free time just to capture the scenery. So two tours that they have that do operate year-round include their Vancouver City Highlights Tour. This visits our key neighborhoods in about a 4-hour duration. And then the Vancouver Delights Tour, which is a bit longer at 7 hours, as they also visit the area of North Vancouver. So the Vancouver Lookout is one of our top attractions in the city, and this is a great first stop for clients visiting Vancouver for the first time. So they offer 360-degree views of the Metro Vancouver area. And their entrance ticket has multiple entries within one day. So you could go during the day and then return at night just to get a different perspective for the city. And their staff can answer any questions and point out what things are from up top, as well as provide some complimentary tours on request. So as you can see from the image, it offers some stunning views of the North Shore Mountains and the surrounding area. And you can see Canada Place there with the sails. Flyover Canada is a top year-round attraction that will take your clients on a virtual flight experience across Canada. So guests will be seated and lifted in front of a large spherical screen where they move along with a film showing some of Canada's most stunning sights. So it's a fully immersive experience, including moving seats, there's wind, mist, and scents, so it really does feel like you're flying. The full experience is about 25 minutes in total. It includes their pre-show called Uplift, a safety video, and then the Flyover Canada film. And they have seasonal events such as their Christmas experience, and this includes a Winter Wonderland themed pre-show instead of Uplift, and then there's an extended animated final scene over Santa's North Pole. And this year the dates for that Christmas experience are from November 23rd until January 7th. Stanley Park is really Vancouver's gem. It's situated right next to the city centre. So the park is 10% larger than New York Central Park. It's a second growth temperate rainforest. And then you'll find a 9-kilometer seawall path around the perimeter of the park where locals and visitors love to go cycling and walking year-round because, as mentioned, it rarely snows in the city, so you're always going to find locals and visitors exploring the park throughout the year. So you also find several restaurants, many kilometers of hiking and biking trails within the park, and then there's another top attraction, the Vancouver Aquarium. So the aquarium's primary focus is to educate guests about marine animals and what we can do to conserve them in the wild. So they rescue marine animals that are in distress in the wild, and they rehabilitate them. And the ultimate goal is to re-release them into the wild, but they do have some animals that have not been okayed to be released, so these animals are living at the aquarium. So they've been given a second chance at life, and they're now part of the aquarium's quest to educate people on the choices humans make and how they affect marine animals in the ocean. So one of their newer exhibits within the last year is called Stellar's Bay, and this features an active research station to help uncover why the wild stellar sea lion population has declined. So this will really provide an educational experience for guests in how they can help these and other animals in the wild. So a must-see area of the city is Granville Island. This used to be an old industrial area that's been converted into a very unique, vibrant area where the main focus is on food, theater, and art. So there's a huge public market, which is visited by locals and tourists. So Granville Island is actually Canada's second largest largest attraction after Niagara Falls. It has over 10 million visitors annually, and a large majority of these visitors are actually locals. So inside the public market, you can purchase all kinds of food items like fresh bread, cheeses, meats, coffee, and there's a large international food court where you can grab lunch. And a fantastic way to explore Granville Island is on a food tour. So Vancouver Foodie Tours offers 4 different tours exploring key areas of the city. And their Granville Island Market Tour is a 2-hour culinary experience. It runs daily at 10:30 a.m. and they accommodate groups of up to 12 people. So guests will learn about the culinary scene in Vancouver, learn about local vendors and food products, and then they'll get to taste them along the way. And another one of their tours I'd like to mention is their Gastronomic Gastown Tour, which would have your clients discovering Gastown's best eating and drinking establishments. So guests will experience some of Vancouver's hottest restaurants that the local foodies really like on this 3-hour tour. It includes 4 courses and about 14 different tastings. So the tour runs from 3 to 6 p.m. So this is a great option to consider for your clients if they have late flights back to Australia in the evening. Off the Eaten Track is another culinary tour company in Vancouver, but what's unique about this company is that they really focus on a truly local experience. So they'll take guests off the beaten path where not many tourists visit, but it's popular for locals such as Railtown, which is close to Gastown, and then the Olympic Village area. So the guide will share their knowledge of the city, the food landscape, and then some insider tips. Vancouver has a lot of new breweries popping up all over the city, and now guests can enjoy many of them on a tour. So this is a great way to connect with other beer lovers. Vancouver Brewery Tours provides guests with a VIP behind-the-scenes access to some of the best craft breweries in the city. And at each stop, they'll learn how beers are made. They'll get to enjoy a lot of beer samples as well, because they visit 3 breweries over about 3 to 4 hours. And pickup and drop-off is included from Waterfront Station, which is downtown, so this will connect to transit, so it's easily accessible. And they also have a new tour that was just announced called their Gastown Pub Walks Tour. So on this one, you visit 3 craft beer pubs while also exploring Vancouver's oldest neighborhood of Gastown. And they do also have private tours available on request if you like. The Capilano Suspension Bridge Park is one of our top attractions located in the city of North Vancouver. It's right across the harbor from downtown. So it takes about 20 minutes to get from downtown to the attraction. This ties into the whole idea of being a city of nature. It's great for families, and they offer hourly history and nature walks that your clients can join in. The attraction is great all year round, and they even offer a complimentary shuttle from downtown. So again, you don't necessarily need a car. Over on the opposite side of the suspension bridge is their Treetops Adventures. This is a series of 7 mini suspension bridges high up in the trees, giving visitors a kind of a squirrel's eye view of the forest, and you'll see that in the image on the left-hand side. Shown in the image on the right is Cliff Walk, which is about 30 stories high with a walkway that's 215 meters long and then 50 centimeters wide. So the wooden walkway towers over the Capilano Canyon, and this will give visitors a completely different experience than the suspension bridge. And there is a section of the pathway as well that offers a glass bottom viewing platform. During the holiday season, the entire park is lit up with hundreds of thousands of Christmas lights for their Canyon Lights event. Guests can explore the forest and Treetops Adventure with an entirely new perspective. And then you can also decorate gingerbread cookies, there's live seasonal music, and then kids can join in on a kid-friendly scavenger hunt. Canyon Lights is also laying claim to the home of the world's tallest living Christmas tree. It's 152 feet tall. This Douglas fir will be adorned in thousands of sparkling lights. So this year, Canyon Lights will be open from November 22nd until January 27th. So it's a great option to recommend for clients visiting in the winter. And they're open every day, except for actually Christmas Day. That's the only day of the year that they are closed. Another one of our top attractions in North Vancouver is only 5 minutes up the road from Capilano Suspension Bridge Park. You'll find many sightseeing tours will combine these two attractions together as they're located so close to each other, and then they'll offer a similar nature-themed tour. So the Sky Ride, as seen in this photo, is about 8 minutes in duration, and this takes guests 3,700 feet above the city to the top of the mountain. Grouse Mountain offers some of the best views in Metro Vancouver, as you can see from this image here. Skiing and snowboarding is available during the winter season. It's actually really popular for locals to bring their ski gear and then go after work for night skiing because the mountain is open until 10 p.m. And you'll find snowshoe trails on the mountain, so guests can rent snowshoes and explore the area on their own, or you can also take a guided tour. And one of these popular tours is the private snowshoe fondue tour. So you'll get a 1-hour guided snowshoe experience, and then it's followed by a selection of cheese, broth, and chocolate fondue in their main restaurant called Altitudes Bistro. For those adventure seekers, Grouse Mountain also offers a 3-line zipline course. So the course takes about an hour, and a guide from Grouse Mountain accompanies people along the way, just making sure everything's safe, and they'll tell stories about the area as well. And I'll just note as well, they have a 5-line zipline course, but that's open during the summer. So winter, it's a 3-line course. And another feature at Grouse Mountain is the Light Walk, where you can walk through the forest lit up with thousands of lights. So it opens up at dusk. The Light Walk is included in the admission ticket to Grouse Mountain. So it's a great excuse to get a bit more fresh air and a little bit of exercise at night. You can walk through the fir and spruce trees around a Blue Grouse Lake, where the light installations shine really brightly through the night. And they do recommend that you rent the snowshoes or snow cleats just to make it a little easier, but the path is pretty well maintained, so you could walk without them, but you know, snowshoes are really easy activities, so I would definitely recommend renting them. And finally, Grouse Mountain also has their Peak of Christmas celebrations each year, including Santa's Workshop, there's sleigh rides, a gingerbread village, and then there's Christmas movies under the big screen in their theater under the sky. Cypress Mountain is the official freestyle skiing and snowboard venue for the 2010 Olympic Games, and it's only 30 minutes from downtown Vancouver. So Cypress is the mountain that you would see to the left of Grouse. If you're looking at any aerial image of Vancouver, you'll see the 3 mountains. They go Cypress, Grouse, and then Seymour Mountain. So Cypress has 52 downhill winter skiing and riding runs, 19 kilometers of cross-country skiing trails. They also have a snow tubing park with a tube tow lift, as well as snowshoeing tours. So there really is something for everyone. So this is another option as well as Grouse Mountain. During the Christmas season, Vancouver's award-winning garden, which is Van Dusen Botanical Garden, is transformed into a winter wonderland for their Festival of Lights. So they have scheduled dancing light shows. These take place approximately every 20 minutes. And they'll also have live performances, food vendors, photo opportunities with Santa, of course, and a carousel ride. So your clients can purchase the ticket at the entrance. However, this event is very popular for locals, so there's sometimes a long line at the ticket booth, so I'd recommend purchasing the ticket in advance. And it's a great family activity if you do have customers visiting during the Christmas season. The Vancouver Christmas Market is another seasonal event. It's located at Jack Pool Plaza, which is right beside the Convention Center downtown. This year it runs from November 21st until December 24th. So there's plenty of vendors offering authentic German food and sweets. There's handcrafted gifts, and then of course there's mulled wine and German beer. So the annual market event also offers entertainment throughout the day, and there'll be a carousel ride as well. So it's a really convenient location right downtown, so very easy to visit. As you all probably know, Canadians are known for loving ice hockey, and an event that your clients could enjoy throughout the winter months is attending a Vancouver Canucks game. So the Vancouver Canucks Stadium is located right in downtown Vancouver at Rogers Arena. Tickets are available online, or they can be purchased by the hotel concierge while on destination. This is subject to availability, of course. And for your clients that want to enjoy a bit of retail therapy, there's lots of opportunities to do some shopping in the city. Robson Street is our main shopping street. You'll, of course, find all the top name brands. And then we have a shopping center downtown called Pacific Center. The neighborhoods of Gastown, Yaletown, and Granville Island are also some great areas to do some shopping. And then we also have the MacArthur Glen Designer Outlet Mall. This is next to the Vancouver Airport. And they're open until 9 p.m. They have some luggage storage, so this is another good option to recommend for those who have a late flight back to Australia. And right in the heart of the city's shopping district, the Robson Square Ice Skating Rink offers visitors free skating, and plus there's skate rentals available on site for about $4 a pair. The scenic outdoor rink is partially covered by a dome, and this will draw more than 1.5 million skaters each year. So this is a really popular activity for winter. And every year in January, Tourism Vancouver puts on the Dine Out Vancouver Festival. During the festival, locals and visitors can choose from hundreds of restaurants, offering a special 3-course meal. And there's either a $20, $30, or $40 menu option. So this is a great opportunity to try some of the best restaurants in the city without blowing the budget. The event typically lasts about 2 weeks, at the end of January and beginning of February. And this year's dates are January 18th to February 3rd. I know I always make a few reservations myself just to try something new. And we often get common comments or feedback from visitors that they always wish they had more time in Vancouver because they really didn't realize how much there is to do. So generally we recommend 3 to 4 nights in the city just so your clients can make the most of their visit. And I'd like to highlight our Vancouver Specialist program, as this is a great training tool. So while building on your product knowledge, the program will help you more effectively sell Vancouver to your clients. There's 5 modules in total, with the 5th module focusing on luxury travel. And then as a certified Vancouver specialist, you'd be eligible to receive benefits, such as a Vancouver Experience Pass. This allows yourself and a guest complimentary admission into our top attractions. You'll get invitations to webinars exclusive to our Vancouver Specialist database. So this will focus on different topics or themes each session. And then we plan these about every 4 to 6 weeks, so once a month. And then you'll also be eligible for invitations to exclusive FAM tours. And as an additional resource, our team has developed some themed itineraries. These can be used to inspire ideas for itinerary development. So you can find these on our travel trade page, just there on your screen, and they can be downloaded as PDF documents. So you'll find the themes are organized in 2-day city itineraries. So you'll see the winter theme, nature, culinary, and more. And then there'll be optional add-ons for extended stays, hotel recommendations, and then some insider tips as well. So here are my contact details again if you have any questions about the Vancouver Specialist Program or if you need any specific information when planning your Vancouver itineraries. So whether it's, outdoor adventure, culinary activities, any time of year, winter or summer, or anything unique, just don't hesitate to reach out. But if you have any questions now, I'll just hand it back over to Charlie to open up the floor for any questions.